And the reason why Boston was even able to give up that kind of run was the selfishness. And what do I mean by that? Jayson Tatum continues to be a superstar. to try to be a superstar. I'm going to say it right here. Jayson Tatum's not a superstar. Yeah, no, Jayson Tatum is not top 10 in this league. He's not top 15 in this league.
We're going to say not top 10.
He's not top 10. Listen, Jaylen Brown has been the guy this playoffs. Everybody can say, well, Jayson Tatum has had the harder matchups.
He does.
Well,
I would agree. I would agree.
In Miami, against Miami, who was guarding him?
Caleb Martin? Out. Yeah, Jimmy was out.
In Indiana, who was guarding him? Pascal.
He's a good defensive player.
But that's a mismatch for Tatum. Or it should be. And then you get into this series now.
Pascal has a ring, right?
Pascal does have a ring. But what does that have to do with anything? Because you got to remember, Jaylen Brown was the Finals MVP here, and
Pascal is also an all-star player.
He is. He's a great player, but I don't know if he is a good enough defender to be able to guard Jayson Tatum. Like, I feel like when we think of top 10 guys, at the end of the day, they're going to get their buckets.
Yeah,
and there's nothing
Tatum is definitely not in that bracket.
Like, there's nothing. If I look at Jayson Tatum, I should be like, there's nobody that can stop him. Like, nobody can stop him. But when I look at guys like Jalen Brunson, I look at him and I'm like, nobody can stop him. Right? And I mean, think about it. LeBron, too. LeBron, you got Jokic, you got Joel Embiid, you got guys that clearly, when they turn that switch, when they want to,
domination.
They can.
Yeah.
Jayson Tatum, I don't think has it. And I think he's like, oh, well, I watch Kobe. I watch these guys that have these killer mentalities. But Jayson Tatum has never had a killer mentality since he's been in the league.
At all.
And what's funny is...
He's had a great team, though.
He's had a great team every year. And this ring is honestly, for me, not going to do much for his legacy. Because I don't think we're going to look at Jayson Tatum as better than guys like Larry Bird or Dominique Wilkins or even Julius Erving. Like, I don't think we're going to look at him as that. I think we're going to look at Jayson Tatum and be like, oh, okay, he was a good player. I mean, he was a good player on a great team.
Yeah.
But he wasn't... I don't think you can say, right now especially, that I look at the Boston Celtics, I'm like, Jayson Tatum's the best player on this team.
Yeah, and I totally could agree with that. But also, I just want to say for Boston, I feel like they're more in a lose-lose situation than Kyrie and Dallas is anyways, because they've already had their shot at the finals with this same team. They've had the same system, pretty much considerably the same system for roughly about 5-6 years now. 5-6 years, 4 years, 5-6 years.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So it's like they're at their wits' end too with this system. I think they should have split up Tatum and Brown.
Even if they win this ring this year?
Nah, I think they should have in the past.
Oh.
Despite them winning the ring this year, if they do. I really don't want them to, but if they do, I think they should have split up. Just because I feel like if they want to be, I feel like Jaylen Brown wants to be one of those known players, and so does Tatum. And I feel like if they want to, they kind of have to like step aside and make their own, like cement their own legacy now at this point, because they're great. They have great talent, both of them individually, and they've had a great system and a good coach as well throughout the years. So it's like something's definitely missing.